This is what happens when you let millennials make your egg sandwich. Jesus, even their breakfast goes by they, them. I'm really struggling to comprehend both what it means to have a breakfast go by they, them, but also what is at all wrong with this breakfast. That looks like a really good sandwich. That looks really tasty. Plus a black coffee. Don't they normally complain about millennials and their weird coffees? That's just a black coffee. Like, what could possibly be wrong with this meal? Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today, it's that time again. We are once again returning to r/onejoke. Now, unfortunately today, I don't have any funny anecdotes or experiences of me myself being misgendered. It hasn't happened in a little while since, that one person told me that I would never be a woman. However, plenty of other examples from the subreddit. So let's take a look, shall we? Instead of traditional warfare, Chinese military will now be trained to shout wrong pronouns at American troops. And then classic Elon Musk, laughing emojis. Babylon Bee get a new joke challenge? Impossible. I feel like it's almost cheating at this point to include Babylon Bee in this subreddit. Like, each subreddit has things that are cheating to include. Babylon Bee, it almost feels cheating to include them now. When I'm he, they, but wear makeup so get misgendered 24/7. Dog, your pronouns don't float above your head. My god, these things. So humanizing. They're a person. Well, they're being silly. That's not an excuse to call him a thing. Shut up, you nasty it/its. Even if it's a joke, like, referring to someone as a thing is dehumanizing, regardless of whether, what the subject is. That's just a dehumanizing thing to do. That's just gross. But also the, your pronouns don't float above your head thing. Like, crazy that if you can ask someone's name, you can ask their pronouns, right? It's insane that, that needs to be said, but if you're unsure, which in this time, there's no reason to be sure, just ask. Like, literally anyone. If you're in a conversation with someone you've not met, you can say, hi, what's your name? Or, you can say, hi, what's your name and what are your preferred pronouns? Or you can say, I, for example, could say, hi, I'm Blue. I use they, them. How about you? It's really not a difficult thing to do. It doesn't break up the conversation at all. It's just introducing yourself and being slightly more caring about it, slightly more respectful about it. It's not a difficult thing to do. They identify as multiple jokes using they, them pronouns, you bigot. No problem, they identify as good comebacks. None of these comebacks make any sense. These are homophobic Michael Scott jokes. No problem, I'll just identify as spoiled. I don't know how they don't get bored of it. I mean, granted, someone has made an entire online personality of just being transphobic, right? They have so little going on in their lives that they have to make an entire online persona about being transphobic, but they can't even do anything original with that, If you're gonna make an entire persona online of being transphobic, the least you could do is put in an ounce of effort to find a new joke than I identify, they identify A, identify B. I can't say anything other than X identifies as X. I have no original thoughts. Whoa. Come on, come up with something original. At this point, it doesn't even matter to me that they're being transphobic. It matters to me that they lack any ounce of original thought, any semblance of it. Please, just come up with something new. It is so boring. It is so incredibly boring. I don't know how they don't get bored of it. Could you imagine if, as an adult, everyone was still just walking around saying, knock knock, who's there? Doctor Who, and came up with no other jokes? None. Every stand-up comedy show you go to, they say Doctor Who. Every time you talk to someone and they make a joke, they say Doctor Who. Can you possibly comprehend how incredibly boring life would be if that was the only joke? Come up with something new, please. Please. Oh, you're into pronouns, huh? Me too. let me she them titties. I kind of find this one funny, and a few people in the comments also did find this one funny. Apart from the really weird part of you're into pronouns, like no one's into pronouns. It's not there's no pronoun fan club. It's not a fandom or like a there's no pronoun community, you know? How does one be into pronouns? I don't know. Like if they changed that part then into something else, I don't know what you could possibly make it funny. It's just a weird part. I don't know. Pronouns are fun until kids in 2075 have to go to burger them. But that's not how the pronouns work though. Like no one's forcing pronouns on other people, right? I use they, them, and if you respect me, you use my pronouns when referring to me, but I don't use different pronouns when referring to you. I don't force they, them pronouns or he, her, or she. Sorry, I just failed at saying he, her, and she, hers. That was almost a tongue twister. You don't like, Burger King, right, as an entity identifies as male, right? Therefore, it will always be Burger King. Making burger them makes no sense because Burger King is not a they them entity. Just like if I was using he him, referring to anything I do as them kind of doesn't make sense, you know? It's like referring to the queen as they them when, I mean, she's dead now, but like when she was alive, she identified as a woman. She doesn't become the them of the UK. That doesn't make sense. That's not how it works. Burger King would become burger them if like the Burger King started identifying with they them pronouns, but if they were still the king, they would still be the Burger King. They wouldn't be the burger. It doesn't make sense. It does. I'm losing my mind. Mexican word of the day, butternuts. She told me she was a woman. Butternuts told me different. Okay, ignoring the fact that this is a terrible transphobic joke, what makes this Mexican? What in this entire meme, beyond the background picture, makes this word or anything to do with this whole sentence Mexican? They've just added the word Mexican for no reason. It's not a Mexican word. It's not even made up of Mexican words. Neither butter nor nuts are Mexican words. Why Mexican? Why is it the Mexican word of the day? What? So not only do we have transphobes come up with an original joke challenge, how about transphobes come up with a coherent joke challenge? Because not only is it the one joke, but it doesn't even make sense. Transphobic? Bro, I love Transformers. I literally own 2 Optimus Prime figures, one for each gender. Seriously, sir, with all due respect, why was it so difficult for you to say the word register? I know, you're a hypocrite. That was laughable. What's laughable? Is that another new gender you have all made up? This is an actual US senator. That's an actual US senator using the one joke to deflect from a legitimate question about his gun policies. This was a post about gun control and gun policies, and this was he would just, why answer questions when I could just deflect and make it about the gender? I'm a great politician. I've noticed this is a really common thing though, is that why answer questions when you can deflect, you know? Why ever possibly answer a question and risk being wrong when you can just change the subject? No one can tell me I'm wrong if I never answer their questions. If I had a slice of garlic bread for every existing gender. Angel with pronouns, be like he, him. Blue hair and proverbs. Don't be funnier than me. Okay, I like these ones. These ones are funny. I appreciate those. Blue hair and proverbs is a good one though. That's a great one. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Good one joke. Funny one joke. Ah yes, my child also gets happier when I engage him in his imaginary world. I'm sure if I ignored him 24/7 that he would have poor mental health. At a certain age, I'll have to stop playing pretend and prepare him for the real world where there is structure, there are rules, and you don't get to be something you're not. And I bet you're not one of those aforementioned professionals. The real world is guided by science, and science says that gender-affirming care is the right solution. Being open-minded to change when it affects the well-being of many human beings is what is going to make this shitty fucking world a better place. I identify as a professional, so by your logic, you have to accept my opinion and agree with it. Makes sense, right? Glad we could sort that. Once again, don't have an answer? One joke. Don't know how to debate? One joke. They make a legitimate point that you can't refute? One joke. It's kind of pathetic. It's pathetic and it's poorly thought out, and it just shows that you lack any ability to actually have a logical discussion or debate if someone makes a legitimate point and all you can do is come back with the one joke. That's it. Do better. Improve and do better. That's all we ask. My pronouns are prosecute Fauci. That implies you identify with Fauci, which is probably not what you intended. Example, we are now supposed to say, Elon has done a good job with Tesla. You have to give Fauci credit. Yep. But you know, we gotta respect Elon's wishes here. If that's what Elon wants, we gotta start using prosecute Fauci as the pronouns. So, you know, we gotta be respectful. You gotta give Fauci credit. And the final post. Did you just assume this person's gender? Is this 2015? Do people still think this line is funny? Think of something original, you daft bastard. Did you just assume my parental situation? Bless your heart, the only thing I assume to know is your IQ. They have as many IQ points as they have jokes. Man, it's 2023 and they still pull out the did you assume their gender? Oh, don't put the gender, no! I mean, that's the incredible thing about this, right? When did the assume your gender thing come out? Like at least probably 2012, if not earlier. Possibly easily earlier. That's more than 10 years ago. How has it taken 10 years for them to still not come up with a new joke? 10 years. 10 years! And they still haven't come up with an original joke or thought. Bruh. Once again, I've just gotta say it. Do better. You're a human being. You are capable of original thought. Do better. Come up with something new. We would all be interested to hear a new transphobic joke. It might still be transphobic, but at least it would be refreshing and unique. But no, they can't even do that. And that's where I'm gonna end the video, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. If you want to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click on that join button on my channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. Special thank you to all of the people that do support me. All of you are incredible, wonderful people, and all of your names are on screen right now. Thank you genuinely to everyone that supports me. I recognize every name on this list. Like, I read through this list all the time and just, I don't know how to appreciate you guys better, because I feel like I don't have anything else to offer than my videos, but I genuinely appreciate you guys so much. And like, some of the names on this list have been on this list for a long time, and that's insane. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.